of my favourite things about Christmas, besides the Christmas decorations, is the Christmas movie. And this week sees a release of a really fun Christmas film that we can all enjoy. It's Get Santa. And I'm very happy to say that joining us on the line now is one of the stars of the film, Rafe Spall. Rafe, how's it going?
I'm really well, Sarina. How are you?
I'm very good. Now, you must be thrilled that you've made a film that your kids can finally watch.
I am, actually, yeah. I mean, because most of my work before hasn't really been suitable, but this is something that can be enjoyed by my kids and all kids, and actually isn't that painful for the parents taking them as well, which is important.
That's it, because some children's movies, they don't get that, you know what I mean? They kind of just play it straight for the little ones, and they kind of forget that the parents have brought them. So it's nice when the jokes go over the little ones' heads.
Because they can't go on their own, can they? So this is a film that has got something in for the parents. You know, it's a caper, but it's got a sort of emotional heart, and it's lots of fun as well. And it's got Jim Broadbent playing Father Christmas, and what's not to love about that?
Ah, like the man's an absolute legend. Now you've got 2 young children yourself, Rafe. Does Christmas have a different focus for you now?
Yeah, it becomes less of the sort of boozathon that it does when you're in your 20s, and it goes back to being the magical. You know, I was always given really magical Christmases as a child, and to be able to facilitate the same thing for my children is a really special thing, because I think that Christmas is a really special time because, you know, as a society, much like when the World Cup's on or something like that, everyone comes together and feels the same thing, you know. Whereas people will maybe speak to each other in the past, strangers, you might say Merry Christmas to someone, and that's a really special thing. And you know, one of the reasons that you know that Christmas is coming is because songs are playing on the radio and films are in the cinemas, and it's really nice to be a part of a tradition of Christmas films.
Now, Rafe, one of the things I'm sure most actors get told before they start in the business is never work with children or with animals. You went and did both. What was that experience?
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, probably. I mean, the Kit who played the little boy was totally lovely, but because he asks when to go to the toilet. But reindeers don't.
It's like a Blue Peter moment, really, isn't it? You're kind of going, oh,
it's
no.
a bit of a Blue Peter moment, and they're quite complicated animals, and I had a bit of a run-in with one, which I don't know if is suitable for radio, but they're funny animals, and I wouldn't hesitate to work with them again. But
Rafe, I think we can talk about what happened, because let's just say his antler went where no antler should have gone.
That's exactly right, and as a result, I made a noise that I didn't even know I was capable of making.
So,
one that I've never heard come out of my mouth, and he just walked off like nothing had happened.
Unbelievable. In and out.
Unbelievable.
His antler.
And I've never been the same since. There you go.
Rafe, being a dad as well, there must be kind of a list of movies that you're kind of thinking, I can't wait now until my kids get to a certain age, maybe 4 or 5, when we can just kind of sit down and I can start showing them the films I loved and adored growing up. Like, I don't know if you were like me last week, where you just were watching the Star Wars teaser trailer for The Force Awakens non-stop. Like, is there kind of movies you kind of have on a list going, we will sit down, we'll watch Star Wars, The Goonies, whatever it may be?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, actually, my daughter's at an age now where she's really getting into cartoons, so a lot of the films that were dear to me, like The Jungle Book, I've been showing it, and also films that I perhaps wasn't that into as a kid, weirdly, things like Beauty and the Beast, that actually, when you watch Beauty and the Beast now, it's amazing, and The Lion King, they're really incredible films, and with the evolution of animation becoming so wonderful and digitalized, it's really lovely to revisit those hand-drawn cartoons because they are breathtakingly beautiful.
Talking about family, Rafe, we all know that your father is a fabulous Timothy Spall. Having family in the industry, was it a help, a hindrance, or both? How did you find the experience?
Listen, I mean, of course, it's a help, and I'm blessed to have it, and any hindrance will be put on by myself. You know that, and I'm in a really lucky position. So to say it's anything other than a massive blessing would be ridiculous. And or you know, if you if you've got a parent who works in any similar field that you want to go into, mine happens to be an actor, I wanted to be an actor, it's going to be a help, isn't it? And if you've got a casting director looking at a list of actors they're thinking about auditioning, and they see that Timothy Spall's son is one of them, as a matter of interest, they're going to let you in the door. But obviously, once you get in the door, you're going to have to do the business like everybody else. But also to have him as a mentor, you know, someone to speak to about the business, that's invaluable and really, really special. And I'm really aware of how lucky I am to have that.
Your father's an absolute gent. I think any time I've seen him interviewed, he just has the most incredible collection of stories. Like he's the type of man you could just sit all day there and listen to his stories. He's an absolute gent, as I say. And he picked up the New York Film Critics Circle's Best Actor. And there's a lot of talk about that he could potentially get an Oscar nomination. How is he feeling at the moment, Rafe?
Yeah, I think he's thrilled. You know, I think this is a really wonderful thing for the whole family, because we know how much work you put into this, and what this feels like, these awards and the love coming from the press and from the public. It feels almost like an appreciation of a body of work rather than just one performance, even though this is an extraordinary performance. But, you know, to have all that love for my old man is just so wonderful, and I think he's moved by it and he's enjoying it, and you know, he's on the best form of his life, to be honest. He really is. He's on great form.
And the film in question is Mr. Turner, for those that haven't had a chance to check it out.
Yeah, that's great. And we do all love your dad. And someone else we all love, Rafe, is John Hamm. And you got lucky to, well, you worked with him. Tell me about that project.
I've worked with him.
I got tongue-tied talking about you and John Hamm working together.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's pretty dreamy. Let me tell you that. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, I did a play last year on Broadway, and he came to see it, and because I was in a play with Daniel Craig and Rachel Weisz, and as a consequence of that, lots of famous people came and saw the show to come and see them, and they come backstage and say hello. So lots of people came by, and the only person that I was starstruck by was him, because I love Mad Men so much. So getting to work with him was a real dream, and he's quite an impressive specimen, let me tell you that.
She's loving the sound of that, I tell you, right. And that's Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror White Christmas, which is going to be on Channel 4. Rafe, unfortunately, time has caught up with us. It's been a real pleasure talking to you. Get Santa is in cinemas from this weekend. Rafe Spall, have a great Christmas, and hopefully we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thanks, Gordon. Thank you very much.